There's an app that's so secure it accidentally got roped into a top-secret military conversation. Yep, that actually happened. But Signal wasn't built for war, it was built for something even more powerful: your privacy. So what is Signal? And should you be using it? Let's break it down in a way that actually makes sense. Signal is a messaging app. Simple enough. But in a world where every app is screaming about security while quietly logging your every click, Signal is in a league of its own. It's one of the few platforms that doesn't just talk about privacy, it builds it into every part of the user experience, from the code to the company structure. So let's start at the beginning. At its core, Signal lets you do all the things other messaging apps do. You can send texts, voice notes, photos, videos, make voice and video calls, and chat one-on-one or in groups. If you've used WhatsApp, iMessage, or Google Messages, you'll feel right at home. But Signal wasn't made to be flashy or trendy. It was made to solve a very specific problem: how to let people communicate freely and securely without big tech or governments peeking over their shoulders. That mission goes deeper than just encrypting messages. Signal doesn't collect metadata. It doesn't store chat logs. It doesn't ask for more than your phone number when you sign up. No ads, no trackers, no strings. Now let's break down what makes Signal different from the competition, and why that matters to you. 1. End-to-end encryption done right. Most people hear the term end-to-end encryption and assume all apps are basically equal. Not true. The type of encryption matters, the default settings matter, and so does the company's motivation. Signal uses the Signal Protocol, a powerful and open-source encryption protocol that has become the gold standard in secure messaging. It's so good that even WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger borrowed it. But here's the kicker. Signal is the only one that builds on this protocol with a singular focus: no compromise on privacy. There's no setting you need to enable. There's no fine print that waters it down. Encryption is the default, always on and always strong. Your messages are locked the moment you send them and can only be unlocked by the recipient's device. Not even Signal can read them. This isn't marketing fluff. It's a mathematically proven reality. 2. No metadata equals to no trail. Encryption protects the contents of your messages. But what about the metadata? Things like who you talked to, when you talked, how often, your IP address, your device model. That's where most apps slip up. Even if your chats are encrypted, the metadata can still paint a detailed picture of your behavior. But Signal tackles this head-on with tools like Sealed Sender, which hides not just your messages but also who sent them, even from Signal's own servers. They also obscure contact data, avoid storing message timestamps, and deliberately don't collect user analytics. This means that even if someone subpoenaed Signal's servers, there'd be nothing useful to hand over. That's privacy done right. 3. The Signal Foundation, not a tech giant. You might be wondering, if Signal isn't harvesting data or selling ads, how is it making money? It's not. At least not in the traditional sense. Signal is run by a nonprofit, the Signal Foundation. It survives on donations, grants, and support from privacy advocates. One of the co-founders is Brian Acton, who left WhatsApp after it was acquired by Facebook and poured $50 million of his own money into starting Signal. Why is that important? Because Signal's only priority is privacy. There are no shareholders demanding growth, no ad departments pushing for more data collection. Just a clear mission: private communication for everyone. 4. Open source and peer-reviewed. Trust is good, but verification is better. Signal is fully open source. Its code is available on GitHub for anyone to inspect, audit, and improve. That's huge. It means there's no black box. No just trust us. Everything is out in the open, and experts regularly review the code for flaws or backdoors. This transparency builds real-world trust and helps Signal stay ahead of threats. 5. Disappearing messages and safety features. Signal offers features tailored to privacy-minded users. Want messages to disappear after a certain time? You can set expiration timers for every conversation, ranging from a few seconds to a week or more. There's also screenshot prevention, encrypted backups, two-factor authentication, registration lock pins, and a secure keyboard option on Android that prevents keyboard apps from collecting your inputs. In short, it's built for people who don't want their phones whispering behind their back. 6. Signal in the real world. Who's using it? Journalists, activists, whistleblowers, and privacy-conscious users around the world use Signal daily. Edward Snowden uses it. Journalists working in repressive regimes use it. Protesters in regions with heavy surveillance rely on it to organize safely. But it's not just for high-risk users. More and more average people are switching to Signal because they're tired of the data trade-off in traditional apps. They want their conversations to stay between the people involved. And that's it. 7. What Signal can't do and why that's a good thing. Signal doesn't sync your messages to the cloud unless you explicitly back them up, encrypted of course. So if you lose your phone without a backup, your messages are gone. That's a deal breaker for some people. But it's intentional. Signal isn't trying to be your digital scrapbook. It's trying to be your secure phone line. Signal also doesn't have flashy stickers, endless bots, or monetized features. It's focused, minimal, and purpose-driven. Some see that as a limitation. Others see it as clarity. 8. Why not just use WhatsApp or Telegram? Good question. WhatsApp does use end-to-end encryption now, thanks to the Signal protocol. But it's owned by Meta Facebook, which raises concerns about metadata collection and long-term privacy policies. Telegram, meanwhile, doesn't even encrypt chats by default unless you start a secret chat. And group messages are never end-to-end encrypted. Telegram also stores messages on its own servers and has been criticized for vague privacy policies. In short, while these apps offer some level of privacy, they still operate under business models that prioritize user data, something Signal never compromises on. 9. Signal and the military incident. Why it made headlines. Recently, Signal made headlines when it was revealed that US government officials accidentally added a journalist to a Signal group chat discussing airstrikes in Yemen. While the story was shocking, the real issue wasn't Signal, it was how it was used. Signal is secure, but it can't protect you if the person you're talking to isn't supposed to be there. And it's not suitable for sensitive government work because public officials are legally required to retain records of their communication. Signal doesn't store anything, so using it would break those rules. It's like bringing a whiteboard to a courtroom. It works, but it's the wrong tool for the job. 10. But is my phone secure enough? Here's the deal. Signal can only protect you if your device is safe. If your phone is jailbroken, filled with sketchy apps, or hasn't been updated in months, you're vulnerable, no matter which app you use. So what can you do? Keep your phone software up to date. Don't install apps from unknown sources. Use a strong screen lock and device encryption. Avoid public Wi-Fi unless you're using a VPN. Enable Signal's built-in safety features, pins, 2FA, etc. If you're someone who might be targeted, like a journalist or activist, consider looking at guides from the Electronic Frontier Foundation or Freedom of the Press Foundation. They offer detailed, easy-to-follow steps for locking down your device. 11. Signal for organizations and teams. Signal wasn't just built for individuals. It's gaining popularity among teams and organizations that want secure group communication. Whether you're an NGO, a legal team, or even a business that takes data privacy seriously, Signal offers a low-cost, high-security communication layer. You can create groups, manage contacts, and set permissions, all without giving up control to a third party. Now you know what Signal really is, and why it's more than just another chat app. Privacy shouldn't be a luxury, and Signal makes sure it isn't. If this video helped clear things up, hit that like button. And if you want more no-nonsense breakdowns like this one, don't forget to subscribe. Your digital privacy deserves better. Let's make it happen.